Hello everyone, so in this video I want to do a quick unboxing of a very interesting, very tiny tripod. It's made by Slik, which is a Japanese company, and it's called the Sprint Mini 2. Now this is by no means a professional heavy duty tripod. This is designed actually more for travel or tabletop photography. The reason I got this is because we are traveling next week to Taiwan for almost 2 weeks, and I would like to have something light and easy to carry, but also have the mobility or the ability to take a selfie or two with us during the trip. And I think this is a great addition, and today I'm gonna unbox it and take a look at the tripod closely, and then maybe I'll set up my camera on the tripod as well to show you guys how well it holds up on some of the equipment that I'm going to be bringing with me during the travel. Now, obviously, just for fun, the reason I got this super tiny tripod is because, you know, for travel, my regular tripod, which is the Manfrotto 3021 B Pro, as you can see, it takes it probably takes over the entire frame of the camera. But it's just way too big. It's a great steady tripod for, you know, local use, but I wouldn't want to bring this with me while I'm traveling in the city. And I think the Mini 2 would serve the purpose very well. And so let's open up the box and take a look. I'm gonna put my camera aside because I want to use that camera, actually mount that camera onto this tripod and see if it's able to hold it up. So take a look at the packaging. It looks like lots of Japanese words, and interestingly, they have some translation to English, but it's kind of broken English on the packaging. So I think this is actually mainly fitted for the Asian market. Now, so basically, the thing it features over here is that it's actually able to go down super low to only 15 centimeter. 15 centimeter is about, I would say, like about this much. So that's the height. And if you fully extend it with the center column all the way up, it's about a meter plus 90 or plus 9 centimeters. So I'll put the actual inches into the description when I'm editing the videos, so you guys have a basic idea. And this actually features 4 sections. So each section is 20 millimeters in length, and it's super light. It's 0.78 kilograms. So it's really light. Like just by holding this is probably like the weight of my grip, like the grip head. So also it comes with a little tiny quick release plate. That's what the description says. So let's open up the package and see what's inside. Alright, so of course, first thing first, it's a super tiny tripod holder, and that's the length of the tripod. See how short it is. It's quite amazing. It's probably even able to fit the carry-on bags, you know, if you're traveling light. So the actual tripod itself, let's take it out and take a look. Wow, super light. Very interesting. So of course it comes with a warranty card, and it comes with 3 years of warranty. Oh, okay. So interestingly, the Slik is actually distributed by Kenko Tokina USA Inc. So it's their official US distributor, and if you register it, you get 3 years of warranty. Okay, so that's cool. A manual right over here. Sprint Pro 2, Sprint Mini 2. So I guess those two are kind of similar. I think the Pro 2 is slightly longer and slightly taller. Okay, so it says do not carry the tripod with the legs up, always close the legs, and always extend the legs fully just something I read quickly going through the menu. Let's see. Okay, so this is how to use the quick release plate and some of the component names. Okay, but it's a tripod, so it's pretty basic. So let's go ahead and take an actual look at the tripod itself. I'm gonna move all the stuff. Yeah. Okay, so this is the actual tripod itself. Super compact. Let's see. Interesting. So this is what it looks like. That's probably hard to see with that angle. This is what it looks like. So I may include a few extra clips with the tripod actually standing up, so you guys have an idea of what the tripod actually looks like when it's actually being extended. Okay, so right now just some closer look. So the legs, pretty sturdy. Seems like it's made of aluminum with a nice, I guess, rust-resistant coating. And all three legs have rubber, the foam grips on it. So that is really nice. Like in the winter time, it wouldn't be too cold to use the tripod. So I'm gonna remove this piece of paper. I don't know why they include this. It's kind of unnecessary. Move those away. So the tripod itself is surprisingly it's all metal. Like there's not much plastic parts. Like of course those tabs are plastic, and it's also quick release. Like see how quick it is to extend, like super quick. It's not very long. As I said, each section is 20 millimeter. So this is how long it is, like fully extended. And I'm not sure the camera would capture the whole thing, but it's not very tall. Okay, and it's tiny. So interestingly, I guess you would use this in a pinch also when you're traveling. And also I think this is great for if you actually just want to set up your camera like on a tabletop. This is like super awesome to have because you can set it on a tabletop. And remember like the 3 position, like you can do it right over here. Like that's position 1, which stops over here. Position 2 stops right here. And position 3 stops all the way, and that is what they were advertising, like, you know. But of course you have to remove this section. I think it's removable. Yep, it's totally removable. So this is the extension tube for if you want to have the column raised up. And if you remove this, put it on the side, you'll be able to have the 3 legs all coming out, so it can stand on super low ground. Like, what's this? And this is also removable. Okay. Alright, so I'm removing all the tubes, but okay, never mind. This is not removable. This is actually the tensioning screw, I think, for the column. And I'm gonna leave it back on there. So I'm gonna take this. Let's see if this is removable. Yep. Wow. So this is the tripod base. Like, as you can see, even if you're not gonna use it for travel, it would be great as a tabletop tripod. Like, super easy to set up. And I think this is definitely a lot more stable than the $10, $20 tabletop tripod you can get. This is much more stable, okay? Because it's all metal and it have a magnesium head base. And okay, this is also like a tiny ball head, super cute. This is actually a ball head. So of course there's no fine adjustments. There's only like lock and unlock, but it's a ball head. So it have a good range of movements. And also this is a quick release plate. So if you just turn it, it opens up, and you can mount your camera onto this. The plate is also metal, magnesium, I believe, hopefully. It is metal. And this is metal, everything's metal. So in terms of build quality, I'm quite surprised. This is very well built travel tripod. Okay, again, the center column. This is the extension, so I usually wouldn't go this low, so I would actually put it back and always leave it on just in case. But so far, I think this is a very well designed tripod. Like, very easy to use, very quick to set up. See, so when you put the center column on there, like, you have some additional length. You can put it up right over here. I'll show you guys. So you can go all the way up here. And let me go over and put it on the ground and see how tall actually this thing actually goes. So we have a good idea how tall it would go. Okay. So just a interesting comparison. This is a Slik Mini 2, fully extended. As you can see, it's not super tall, but also it's not like super short. You'll definitely be able to set up the camera at this height and take some great shots, like either portraits or landscapes. And just for fun, right here is the Manfrotto 3021, and this is my everyday tripod when I'm not traveling. So definitely this tripod is gonna serve you a lot more purpose, because I use it in studio mainly, and sometimes I need to go high, and this tripod does just that. It has 3 sections, very easy, very quick to deploy. But today the talk of the game is actually the Slik. I think it's a perfect travel tripod. It's just excellent size. When I'm traveling, I'm totally gonna enjoy the lightweight of the tripod and the easiness of setting the tripod up. It's even holding my A7 III with a heavy lens just fine. This is a Sigma 35mm 1.4 art, and keep in mind I'm going to be using a much lighter, like almost a pancake 35mm lens. So it's definitely not going to have any issue holding up my cameras. So all in all, I think I'm going to be enjoying this tripod quite a lot. Now it's definitely not going to be able to handle anything where you want the camera to be set up really high. Like my Bogen 3021 would be able to go taller than myself to have the camera at a really tall angle, like shooting down. But this thing doesn't do that. This thing basically just sits on the ground, so you have a stable support when you actually need to take some important pictures. And let me quickly mount my camera on there. Obviously, I'm not going to be using this lens. I'll be taking my 35mm 2.8 lens, which is super tiny lens, and Sony's 50mm 1.8. 2 of the light plastic travel lens. That's all the lens I'm going to take. I'm going to leave those big lenses at home because that's where they should be belonging to. Okay, so just for fun, removing the plate for the Manfrotto Bogen tripod and putting on this little tiny one. Now the only downside is you need a coin to be able to mount your camera securely on this little tiny plate. So let me go get a screwdriver. It might work, but you need a coin. So make sure to bring one. Let's see. All right, now let's see what it looks like. This is funny. Like mounting a oversized camera on a travel tripod always makes me worry a little bit, but fairly stable even with a 85mm 1.4 lens. This setup is about, I think it's about like 4.5 pounds. So this is probably as big of a camera as you can get for this tripod. But as you can see, it actually, when I fully lock the head, I can still move I can still move the camera a little bit, but just by itself sitting there, it shouldn't move around. Like obviously if you extend the leg a little more, it should be more stable, because right now I only have like I have it at the smallest setting, so like the area of support is very small. But if you actually if you actually extend it on the ground, it should be more stable. Yep. So of course right over here I'm just demonstrating very unscientifically and telling you guys that it's stable, but trust me, when it's on the ground it should be stable. Again, I'm not going to be using those kind of big lens. I'm going to be using very light lens, so the tripod is definitely going to fit what I need it for. And I think it's a great purchase because it's only $65 shipped. Super cheap. On top of that, not even for travel, you can also use it as a tabletop tripod. So if you're doing some videos on the table, just set it over there. And again, I think the only downside, I wish they have a quick release screw for the quick release plate that they have for this tripod. Otherwise, I think it's a perfect tripod for travel. Okay, so I think that wraps up this quick unboxing. And if you guys have any questions about this little tiny, I think it's called a Mini 2 from Slik, feel free to ask me any questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you do, please hit like or subscribe, and I'll have more similar contents coming out for you guys. Thanks and take care.